Yep, it's still phone time. How are you doing? How are things going where you are? Things are fantastic here. Night turns to day. Day divides the night. There's a time to run and a time to hide. Got to break on through to the other side. You know how it is. It's one of those days. A Wednesday, as I recall. Nobody's here but me. What's up with that? Am I not getting notifications out? Let's see if I can get the live chat going. In case anybody does show up. I understand. Show's taking a hit. It's going to. But I'll be back. Just have to be patient. Pretty soon, the studio will be up and running again as smooth as it was before, which was never really smooth. I've always had trouble. Anyway, we're here. We're live. It's Wednesday night. And we're going to talk about whatever, whenever, why ever. Whoever. Doesn't matter. Got the Supreme Court going crazy in the land. TV's going crazy in the world. Internet's abuzz, ablaze. Nobody knows who's doing what and why. I don't care either way. It doesn't affect my life at all. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Apparently, if you live in a blue state and you're female, you've got something to worry about. I don't think so. I don't think anything's going to change. Basically, a fraudulent law passed by a body not intended to pass laws has been questioned and overturned. And in about 2 months, somebody's going to make a decision that'll cause that to be law or not law anymore. What's up, Wandering Hippie? Which means, by the way, that the states will then have the purview rather than the federal. That's the way it was in the beginning. That's the way it should be. State should take care of whatever's happening in its state. Federal should take care of roads and bridges and schools and hospitals and things like that. But not healthcare. Healthcare is a local thing. So, is it a reason to be angry? I don't know. I don't care. Either way. I know if you look into the lady who that law was written about, you'll learn some interesting things about that person. Namely, that she recanted everything she said in court, said it was all a lie. She was pushed to do it. She since has been baptized as a Christian, has children, and has went back on everything she said. And so is everyone else involved in the case, except for the people who wrote the case, meaning the Supreme Court judge and the lawyers. But any person that was involved in that case has recanted. So, does that mean that it's a legal law? Supreme Court shouldn't write laws. That's Congress's job. Supreme Court should argue points and translate the Constitution. That's all their job is. Arguing. That's all they should do. They shouldn't write laws. All I want to know is who's going to take care of these kids. Well, hopefully their mother. That's kind of the point. Hey, Caucasian Sasquatch, what's happening? Now what? Oh, the world's going crazy. It always has. It always will. Elections coming up. They got to have something to fight about and to burn cities down about and riot about. Mark my words. This is a carefully crafted situation. They put the walls back up in D.C., the fences. They've got people out rattling the fences now so they can get pictures of people rattling fences. It's quite interesting how this all works. Hey, Hippie, I saw your your epidemic vid. That's the real fight. I'll have to look into that. How are you guys doing? Y'all having a good time today? Hey, Laura, how are you? Welcome to the show. Hope you're doing well. Methadone mile. I like it already. Is that methadone mile or methadone milli? I think it's mile. He videoed methadone mile. It's clearly a problem. Saw people shooting up everywhere in front of cops. Laura says, thank you, doing all right. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing all right too. I'm in front of a green screen. I'm talking on a phone, but I'm doing all right. Can't complain. Methadone mile. Where is that at? Is that in LA? Is that what they call Skid Row? Because there's quite a few places like that. Oh, you're talking Boston. All right. Yeah, well, any Democrat city is going to have a place like that. Those people do not know how to run cities. They have run them into the ground. I fixed the tire. I fixed my battery, and now I have my truck back. Oof. Congratulations, my friend. One of us has a ride. It was unreal, brother. I'm sure it was. I've seen some things. I think LA is about the worst place for it. They got miles and miles of it. Tent cities, needles and feces and trash everywhere. They've got epidemic of black plague starting up in LA again. You know, we're supposed to have gotten rid of that. It's transmitted by rats and filth and living in close quarters with other people. So they're having that problem again in LA, or at least I've heard of 2 or 3 cases of it. I think somebody needs to take a big vacuum cleaner and suck all that shit up and put all those people back in the sanitariums that they closed down in the 90s. Need to open them back up. Oh, the plague? Is that all? Yep, that's all. But nobody talks about it. Well, I'm talking about it. Some people are talking about it, not many. Nobody on the news. Nobody in any mainstream fashion. They want the world to go like they want it to go. And I'm not really sure why they want that, because it's terrible. They're the only ones, yeah. I think they need to have supermajority outlawed. Well, supermajority is what they call democracy. And this is not a democracy. This is a constitutional republic, which has been ran like a democracy for the last 200 years. It don't work. You need somebody in charge. Somebody. I mean, you say what you want to about Trump. You know what didn't happen while Trump was in office? Any new wars, any price hikes, any shortages. None of those things occurred. Just a bunch of people bickering. That's it. Now he's out of office. No more mean tweets. But the world's gone to hell in a handbasket. You tell me which is better. Meanwhile, we send 20 billion to Ukraine war. We can't fight our own wars. Correct. It's not that we can't fight them. It's that we won't fight them. They want those wars taking place right here. They want the border open. They want people at each other's throats. They want chaos and pandemonium because they can control that. They can't control freedom. You see why they're trying to keep freedom on the down low? Keep you under their thumb, keep you glued to the news, keep you cycling through headlines. You don't even have time to process what just happened and something else is happening. We sent 36 million to Syria for gender awareness programs. Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder. Where'd all that money come from anyway? I thought there was a finite amount of gold on the earth. Oh, we don't follow the gold standard anymore? Oh, our dollar's based on oil. It's the petrodollar now, which Nixon signed into law and then promptly got impeached so that he couldn't answer for it. Didn't go to jail. He just lost his job. 24 million to Myanmar for immigration relations reform in a dictatorship. Yes, I remember that. Yep, it seems like every one of these things that have nudged us ever and ever closer to that one world government seems like it was planned that way. Everything just kind of fell into place out of nowhere. Somebody heard an audio tape, or somebody found a piece of paper on the ground, or somebody ended up dead on a park bench where they weren't shot at. Somebody drove a tank into a building and killed a bunch of kids. Remember Waco? I saw that shit live on television. I've also seen the footage afterwards that has been doctored to not show the things they showed live on television when I saw it live on television. Where is everyone? I'm not very popular since I lost my internet. I don't know. I'm glad you guys are here, though. Give me something to talk about. I'm wondering if people are getting notifications. It goes up and down, up and down. That's correct. It's cyclical. There's nothing new under the sun. If you go back and read what Andrew Jackson was going through, you'll read very similar things that are going on right now. Just keeps happening. And every 10 or 15 years is like we've never heard of it before, but here it is all of a sudden out of nowhere. 987 subs. You're almost at 1,000 subs. That's awesome. Fantastic. Excellent. I'm proud of you. So I'm going back to my swamp. I'm getting some sort of satellite or cellular thing, then blow the bridges. You may have to, because it's coming. If you've learned nothing during Bible study, learn that all of this is culminating into one event later. And it has been for the past 1,000 years. There's nothing new under the sun. This has all been going on for a very long time. What you're seeing happening now is the fruition of ancient things that has started thousands of years ago. And every civilization that has ever failed has gone through the very similar things that we're going through. If you go back and look at ancient Rome or ancient Greece or the Qing dynasty, anywhere you want to look, they all have the same problems. So the only way to survive it is to live until you die. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you ain't getting out of this shit alive. All you can do is keep going. Keep going and push forward. Try to make a difference where you can. What happened with your net? I think I got hacked. I'm not real sure. I got a notice a couple of podcasts ago. I got an email that said that they received my request to terminate my services, and then 5 minutes later, my internet went out. And I haven't been able to get anybody to answer me as to what that meant or who sent it or why. So until I pay the bill in full, which is going to take a while, I'm not going to be able to get it cut back on because I owe them some. I was paying it and had no reason to think it would get cut off. And it just got cut off. So I don't know what happened. Okay, I'll make it difficult for them to bother me. They'll have to walk some. There you go. Satan, how much? About $300. No big deal. It's just a thing. Typical phone bill, you know. But like I said, I had no reason to think they were going to cut it off. I don't know why they did. I didn't get any notices or anything like that prior to that. I mean, 5 minutes after I got that email that it went out. So somebody requested it. I just don't know who. And it wasn't me. And all I can think of is maybe I got an email and in my sleep grabbed my phone and pressed a button or something. You know, that might have happened, but I don't think so. I'll work on that. I get crazy donations. Well, thank you, sir. That would be lovely if you did. I'm not asking for it, but if you provide it, I'll accept. Thank you. I'm just, talking. It's kind of hard to have something to talk about when there's 3 people not asking questions. But that's what happened. But I also think that now that I'm doing it with my phone, I think it's not sending out notifications because April should be here by now. She don't miss shows usually. Matter of fact, Caucasian, won't you send her a text and tell her to get her butt over here? She might not even realize it's 8:30. This is what my show is to me and the people. I got one. I don't know what you mean. I'm preparing to build my actual studio. My wife says if I get 1K, I can have the spare room. Wow. You receive notifications? Good. Okay, well, that answers that question then. I like to just talk to the people. Me too. Me too. Sunday and Monday's a different thing. It's a reading. But Wednesday and Friday, I like to just hang out. You got a notification? All right. Well, that question has been answered. I did get notifications sent out. So that's good. And you got a notification. Well, maybe April's busy. And I hadn't seen Diego in a while either. I think he got kind of mad at me because I wouldn't keep changing my pictures on the background to reflect what we were reading because I'm not running a cartoon. Life is real. Yes, it is. Or is it? Day turns to night. Night divides the day. There's a time to run, a time to hide, break on through to the other side, Some people think that we're just a reflection of our own imagination and everything is made up. We're living in a jar somewhere on somebody's dresser. A brain floating in fluid. And those people, I think, are retarded, but some people think it. And my thought is, you've never been punched in the nose, have you? That'll make you think different about reality while you're pondering. Just go ahead and get smacked in the lips one time. That'll teach you. The only book I read besides the Bible, Jim Morrison, no one gets out of here alive. And that is a fact. No, you're not getting out of here alive. I've never read that book, but I share the sentiment, so I probably could have written that book. like I said earlier, the only way you can survive all of this that's going on is to die at some point, but not now. Got to keep moving. Got to get to the other side. Depends on how much mushrooms I'm on. But sometimes I think we're belief bubbles influencing other belief bubbles. All things are possible. But the fact of the matter is, like it or not, we are here. Jim was a crazy smart man. Yeah, he was. Also a CIA plant, but neither here nor there. You ever heard of the Gulf of Tonkin experiment? It was a project that was signed off by the Joint Chiefs of Staff where they were going to blow up planes of civilians to start a war with Cuba. You know that whole deal? Anyway, the general of the Army, the general that was involved in that was Jim Morrison's father. Jim was perhaps a serial killer or maybe a hitman. Nah, I think he was just a social influencer. Listen to Peace Frog. Don't know who Peace Frog is or what Peace Frog is. But I know Jim Morrison. I know he's a great rock and roll star. And I also know that he was propped up by the government to be a great rock and roll star because he didn't have that much talent. And a lot of them were, by the way. Might want to look into the Kensington Institute. That's not the right word. Hold on, let me think. Nope, can't remember it. Never mind. Scratch that. I didn't say that. Kensington, that was a sex group in the 60s. I'm thinking of something else. Same thing with the Backstreet Boys, all that good stuff. Got blood in the streets up to my ankles. The last time I heard of that was biblical. Granted, I've never seen a war zone, but I would say it would take a lot of dead people to make blood flow up to your ankles. I mean, you'd have to be hacking each other up with swords to get that kind of blood flow. Yeah, that guy was a genius. That was a keyboard player, right? Yeah, all of them seem to be real smart. That might be their downfall. A lot of those guys in the 60s, like the serial killer, what's his name? Helter Skelter. Charlie. Is that his name, Charlie? Can't remember. Charles Manson, that's the guy. Did you know that they were doing LSD experiments on that guy? Every time he went to jail, they'd let him out of jail, take him back to the clinic and dose him with high doses of LSD, let him back out on the streets. They knew exactly what that guy was going to do. They probably put the idea in his head. Joe Rogan did a podcast about it with a guy that studied that case for 20 years, and he came up with that conclusion. You could probably find it on Spotify, but it's quite interesting. Seemed like they knew what kind of guy that guy was. I don't know. That's all conspiracy theory. I'm just talking out of my ass right now. I don't mean anything I'm saying. I'm just repeating things I've heard, but nor do I believe anything I'm saying. So get that out of your head right now. But a classically trained jazz pianist with an inferiority complex and a genius. You're talking about the keyboard player for the Doors? Yeah. Anyway, it sure did seem a whole lot like they knew who Charles Manson was way before he did what he did. Dare I say they were trying to break that guy into doing something. Same thing with Ted Kaczynski. He was also involved in the same LSD experiments, by the way. John Densmore, I don't know who that is. Is that the guy who did the studying? I don't remember the fella's name on Joe Rogan, but that might be it. That might be it. But you can read the title of the show. It says it. It says he's the guy that studied the case for 20 years, used to be involved in the police force and all that good stuff. Oddly, he didn't do anything. He convinced others to act. It's an odd caveat. I'm Charles Manson. Take a look at me. Okay. Well, I'm Jake Johnson. Take a look at me. Just a feller wearing a skin suit, making noises with the holes in his face. Gonna be a lovely day tomorrow. Supposed to rain tonight. I hadn't heard any rain yet, but they say it might. John was a keyboardist. Ray was the rhythm and get fiddle. Pretty sure. Gotcha. Been training our couples days. Been training our couple days. You've been training for a couple days. Training for what? What are you training for? I used to do that when I was young. That's why I got these guns that you can't see on a phone. It was so fucking hot here. 92 at 99% humidity. Well, that's Georgia for you. Would you prefer Georgia to be cold and wet? Excuse me. Don't blow your nose on camera, Jake. It's unprofessional. Bad boy. A lot of people have that reaction. Oh, it's been raining, not training. Gotcha. It's been raining here for a couple days. Where are you at? Are you in Boston? I'm doing a live tomorrow night. Gonna host What's Truth if he shows up. Cool. Or smoke. Baston. I've driven through there before, but I've never stopped. Probably a smart move. And we're right by Chicago. I could see it out the window, and I was like, that's close enough. No desire to go down into that city. Autocorrect is killing me tonight. Yeah, it does that. It does it to me too. And it seems to have gotten worse, by the way. It didn't used to be quite so bad. Seems like my keyboard knew what I was typing a lot better a year ago than it does now. It's kind of weird. It's almost like they programmed it to do that. Maybe they should stop trying to make it do so many things. I miss the days when I had a phone that could call people and a laptop that could do computer stuff and a computer at home that I could get on when I got home and a pager and a whatever I needed device, iPod. Google protects you from yourself. This is a new phone, but damn. Seems like they're getting worse, don't it? I heard somebody say today, it was Joe Rogan actually. He was talking about his muscle cars. And he said that he liked to pretend that he was a person that was alive back when that car was first made. What kind of life would they have and what it must have been like to have that life. And I'm like, well, it was a lot quieter. I was there, so I can tell you. One of the benefits of having been an adult before the internet started and watching all this happen, there are people born today that have never known a life that there was no internet. And I'm talking good internet, like you can watch movies and do FaceTime in real time, video chat. Good, fast internet. Remember real time player where you had to wait for the thing to download the first minute of the movie and then you could see it, but it was all pixelated? That's how internet was when I came up. I liked my juke, had music, a phone, and I could order pizza. That was about it. That's all you need. I remember my rich buddy getting a bag phone. Yeah, I had a bag phone for a little while. I thought I was hot shit because I could carry a phone around with me. And mine was Motorola too. I remember searching the Canberra databases for interesting term papers. Well, you remember somebody doing it. Remember porn? Go one line at the time. It would take 35, 40 minutes to get to the hair. And by the time you got to the top of the titties, you were done. You never got to the bottom. It was public domain for a while. Jake, I'm here, Ugh. So sorry. Well, you're late, but that's all right. I understand. I get it. I know what's up. Good to see you. 1200. I had a 14.4. 1200 was really slow. I believe my first one might have been a 1200, but the one I got good with was a 14.4. And then I started building computers and going to all these like conventions where like a 1400 club where everybody get together and swap parts and talk about computers, and it was pretty cool for a little while. Then it just went crazy. Nope, I never had a non VHS prawn until DVD. RW, yeah. CJ just left. I'm so sad. I'm so sad for you. I know how that is. And I'm sorry. It'll get better, I promise. Yep, I missed the good old days. I remember scraping pennies off the floorboard of my car to drive all day long. Buy gas and drive all day long on a couple dollars. That'll never happen again. Took CJ to a family fun center. We had fun today. Excellent. Great. What is a family fun center? Is that the place that's got the balls and the bouncy house and trampoline and the puppets? Toys you can trip all over. Last night we went and saw Sonic 2. It was awesomeness. Yay. Well, give us a review. How was the movie? Was it as good as the first one? Did Jim Carrey deliver, or was he over the top? She did. I don't think awesomeness qualifies as a articulate review. Although you do get all the information you need. I'll give you that. It's got games and a private playroom. Cool. We got something like that up here. Got ball pits and monkey bars and laser tag and all kinds of shit like that. What is over the top for Jim Carrey? Well, if he did it, you'd know. Better than the first movie. Okay. I'll have to see it then. Guess what comes out tomorrow night? Or actually comes out at 3 a.m. tonight. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Guess who's going to watch it? This guy. I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it somehow. If I got to carry my laptop to the McDonald's parking lot and download it off their internet. Jim Carrey's my favorite comedian. He's great. He hadn't been a comedian since he became a movie star, but I hear you. He started out as a comedian, though. Have you ever seen any of his stand-up? Very vanilla, but good. Doctor Strange is Friday, huh? I know my son wants to see that movie. I don't care about Marvel, but he does. I think all those movies are silly. Not what I would do with a superhero movie. They need to get Donner back alive and have him do some directing. Steve Martin stand-up. Yep. He was hilarious in this movie. Bill Hicks. Now there's a comedian. I like Bill Hicks. I like that style of comedy where he's just talking about life and it just hilarious. Sam Kinison. I never cared for Sam Kinison. He's too loud. His jokes were funny, though. I just didn't like him. Joe Rogan's pretty funny. And Doug Stanhope's pretty funny. Most of those guys are gone, though. Most of them turned with the tide. All became woke. I used to love stand-up comedy. Like I would watch it over anything else. Love stand-up comedy. The last 10 years has cured me of that. Hey, guys and gals, love you, but I streamed last night till 4 this morning. Got 2 hours of sleep. I'm shot. Well, Wandering Hippie, thank you for hanging with us, buddy. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you decide you want to help on that other thing, you know how to do it. That's entirely your deal. But thanks for coming and hanging, and you're welcome anytime for any reason. No, you can't talk to me right now. I don't know. I can't make. I don't know what happened. I hear you, brother. That's entirely your call. I wouldn't ask you. If you choose to do so, please do. Go to paypal.me/Jake Johnson Band. But I appreciate it. It's loud because you're on the microphone. It sounds like a regular phone ringing to me, but I apologize for that. Sorry again. That was me having to answer my phone. I've got a guy bringing me up. He just called me and told me he was on his way. I apologize for that. It's going to get dark here because I'm outside waiting on somebody to pull into my driveway. But right now I'm under my front porch. So maybe it won't ring again. Take it easy, hippie. My cat. See my cat? There's some pussy for you. All right, here we go. Picking up some dinner. Hey, buddy.
Hey, brother.
Sorry you caught me live streaming.
And those videos have a
All right.
combined 682 million views.
What'd you bring me?
Well, let's see.
Are asking, hey, how do I apply
It's
for
very
the
dark out here. I apologize.
Slaw.
Slaw? Wow. Ooh.
Barbecue potatoes and string beans.
Barbecue potatoes and string beans. Jesus.
A whole thing of potatoes. And a whole thing of string beans.
Wow.
In addition.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, man. You want me to take this to your back door?
Just grab it up right here.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, brother. Eat well.
I'll see you tomorrow at 10.
All right, bud. See you then.
Thank you for this dinner.
You bet. See you then.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. That's my boss man. He comes to bring me some dinner. He cooked. They had a big event, apparently. Got a stack of stuff here. Jesus. Complicated. I'm leaking. We got it. All right. Sheesh. Got potatoes all over my shirt. All right. I'm back. Goodness gracious. That was a job. Did everybody leave? Come on back now, yeah. I've never had anybody call me during a live stream before. That's weird. Hey, Kevin Cox, what's happening, my brother? I just told Kevin you're on. I'm meeting him. Glad to have you. Apparently, I got quite a lot of dinner to eat tonight. The guy just loaded me up. That was lovely and very nice. You're at Applebee's. I'm having home-cooked Boston butt tonight. And potatoes and string beans and coleslaw and a couple other things. I feel wonderful. Can't you tell? I can't complain. I could, but it'd still be that way, so there's no point. How are you feeling tonight? Yes, it was nice. Sounds delicious. Yes, it does. Smells good, too. I had no idea that was coming. Might get off here and eat some dinner. See how my luck works? I was just sitting here thinking, what am I going to eat tonight? Here it comes, right in. The Lord is wonderful. More than I could eat, I imagine. Leave some for tomorrow. How'd it go? How's it go? How's what go? Oh, my luck? Or that song? What song? What song are you referring to? I must have missed something. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about me vamping over here? I'm just making noise. That wasn't an actual song, I don't think. It might be a big band sting. Da-da-da-ba-da-da. Sports update. Tampa Lightning down 1 game to the Toronto Maple Leafs in the NHL playoffs. Game 2 tonight. Tampa 3, Toronto wuss Jays 1. Go Bolts. That's a sports update from Kevin Cox. The one you just went da-da-da-da-da-da. That was just a vamp. I don't know. I don't know that there is a whole song. I've never heard anything but that part of it. That's ended 1,000 jokes on television and radio. Woohoo. You know, like that song on the cartoons we used to watch. It's that kind of thing. It'd sound much better if I could play a French horn, but you know, I can't. If there's more to it, I don't know it. Like a shave and a haircut. I don't know if there's any more to that or not, but it's always been a trope. The Warner Brothers song. It's not the Warner Brothers song. They just licensed it. If you'll notice that they use a different song now because copyright has went up over 30 years. Looney Tunes. I remember that. Yep. You remember remember that song? Andy Griffith. They changed that song too. They also changed Scooby-Doo and a couple other ones. They ain't the same songs anymore because they copyright ran out. It's kind of weird, but that's the way the world works. Oh my God, who don't? It's true. That whole thing, that was all copyrighted material. They had the licensing for it, but when the licensing runs out, you can either re-up it, but if everybody's dead who owned it, you can't re-up it because it's in public domain at that point. So they have to change it. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle, which is also copyrighted. We had CJ this weekend and saw Sonic 2 at the theater. It was great to watch with the little man. April and I had a lot of fun. I bet you did. Sounds fun. How much the world has changed. Yes, yes. Unfortunately, we live in a vast, fast-moving world. Lots of things change. All right. It is 9:20 and there's just you two here. So I'm going to let y'all off the hook and I'm going to eat some Boston butt. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys on Friday. I love you with all my heart. I really do. Take care of yourselves and each other. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, name it after me. We'll spend a little time on Friday, okay? But that Boston butt's making my mouth water. So I got to go eat. Have a good night. I love you. Be kind out there in the world. Take care of yourselves. Don't let the world get you down. Catch you guys on Friday. Thanks for watching.